And we're underway here in Luanda, the final game of the World Cup qualifiers in the Africa region. It's Nigeria against Angola. World Cup qualification isn't on the line, but you've got two teams who will want to come away and close out these qualifiers with a win. Pass inside, stolen away. Good early defensive effort from Nigeria. Quick ball movement, but a turnover is the result for Nigeria. Angola will retake possession. Travelling violation called on Afuwapi. Nigeria are in a tough place. If it wasn't for Cape Verde picking up the win just 20-30 minutes ago, they would be fighting now to win the game to book a spot at the World Cup. So they have to deal with that disappointment early and come out and compete. Good offensive rebound there for Kokila. And Angola have done a wonderful job across these qualifiers. 7-2 record. They're going to finish second in the group. They will be on their way to the World Cup. Lovely backdoor cut though. Good vision and a good finish by Agu for Nigeria. Both teams looking quite sprightly, alert in these first few moments of the game. Valenta, first quick step, goes to the reverse layup, gets the score. And at times Milton Valenta looks good in yesterday's game, just in his third qualification game. Oh, rejected. Angolan defense staying true. Stolen back though, clear the runway. No, he can only lay it in. As the hustle back from Coco was tough. Makonda now hands it off. Angola very purposeful offensively. Stolen away. Nigeria's defense has looked right on point so far in today's game. Not going to get the and one play. We'll have to go to the free throw line to earn those points. Foul called on Funance. It's a smart play though by Olatunji, using his upper body strength just to draw that contact and kept his run nice and straight. Didn't try to lean in too much, didn't fade away. Drawing that first foul of the game from Angola. Hits the first, misses the second though. Nigeria's lead at a single point, 2.5 minutes off the clock already. Travelling violations whistled against Jose Makunda. Sideline ball for Nigeria. Agu inbounds it. He already has 4 points to his name. Only averaging 2.7 across the 3 qualifiers he's been a part of. So he's already exceeded his average. Ball inbounded, and both of these teams playing pretty good defense early on, denying any lanes. Lovely hands in the dribble lane there. Kicked out wide open, 3 ball. That's a little short. Another rebound though. Chimbu with the rebound for Nigeria. Agu inside, draws another foul. We'll be back to the free throw line. 2 relatively early fouls here for Angola, and a nice aggressive direct nature of play from Nigeria. They're not passive in this game, that's for sure. They're going to come out, they're going to put some energy and some aggression into the game. They're going to take it straight to Angola. And as I say, for the Nigerian team, it might not be about the World Cup, but it will be about them building again. Players still wanting to stake claim to more minutes, be further up the rotation when it comes to those Afro-basket qualifiers potentially later in the year. Makonda. Kicked out. 3 ball goes up. That's off the glass, but the offensive rebounding effort from Angola is on point again. They did this across the weekend. It's almost a bit of an identity for Angola that they throw at least 2 players at the offensive glass. Ofuwape drawing the foul, picks it up, off the glass, gets the lucky roll though, Michael Ofuwape. Makonda now comes back to the top. It'll shake, Valenta will go to the baseline, it's stolen away. Nigeria trying to get out in transition, that's a long outlet pass. They'll have to slow it down though. Coco slows it down. Fades away on the mid-range, fades away too far, and you have to give credit to the Angolan defense there. A lot of pressure on ball. Oh, Makonda with the spin. Great ball movement. Drives along the baseline, but Nigeria with the defense this time. Both teams really putting it all out defensively. Okiki, Euro step, misses the glass, but the offensive rebound is put back, and Nigeria already out to a 5-point lead here. Olatunji with that layup. Apologies for that interruption in our coverage, just a little technical gremlin in the works. We've now sorted it out and we are back live here in Luanda. 4:16 left in this first quarter. Nigeria's lead has been trimmed down to just 3 points now. Angola at the line as well on that foul. Kokila a chance to close it out even further. Gets the free throw from the line. Both these teams look very evenly matched. Lovely pass inside. Oh, absolutely wedged against the backboard by Doe. That sparked the fast break for Angola. And another foul. There's the big defense. There's the spark to the transition offense. Timeout has been called. Just over 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Let's jump straight into this Nigerian huddle.
We are simply not boxing out. How many times are we going to let them the opportunity to attack us? One possession. Get the ball, everybody put the body on somebody. Get the ball and let's go. Come. Every time the shot goes, everybody starts heading towards the basket. No, the shot goes, look for your man, put the body on him, and let the ball come down. Get all those big guys out of your face. Get them out of your face. Back up.
Point libre, jugamos cross 5. You play as a 5, he plays as a 4. ¿Sí? Antonio. But on defense, you are with Angola.
Angola's pure size and strength, the issue at the moment for Nigeria. That's what I think both coaches were focusing in on. Coach Claros saying, look, Doe is going to play at the 4, and that is a rarity. He is a super big to play at the 4, but they know Nigeria are struggling to contain that at the moment. Luis Doe hits the first of his 2 free throws, and Luis has looked good. Comes in, does a job, doesn't get a huge amount of minutes in the rotation from Coach Claros, but when he does, he's there ready to contribute, and that brace of free throws ties the game up at 11 apiece. Nigeria now bringing it up over the half. Agu being closely guarded, finds some space. Shot clock still 9 seconds left. Little skip through. Traveling violation is going to be called on Agu though. 6 points to his name. 2 from the free throw line, 4 from the field. As we see Coach O'Dowdu trying to get his messages across, trying to change things up a little for Nigeria. Rebound pulled down by Anaye. Nigeria go again, little hesitation. Oh, that is just strength in the air from Agu. Absolute standout player from Nigeria here in the first quarter. Unbelievably, already has 8 points to his name. Shot goes up from the top. Nothing there though. Rebound pulled down by Odufuwa. Waiting for the screen to come up from Otobo. Foul called though. That one on Luis. Geronimo Luis called for that foul. Finds his trade in the Portuguese league. Just caught reaching in, not once but twice. That pushes Angola into the penalty now for the final 2:43 of this first quarter. Anaye spills it, 3-on-1 break. Luis drives strong to the basket, gets the score. Had plenty of support there if he needed it. Anaye almost loses it inside. Oh, that is a big move. Look at the swagger. Otobo, the 18-year-old, takes it straight at Angola. Looked a little awkward, but gets the score, draws the foul, and absolutely swaggers away from the basket. Here's the play at the other end of the floor from Luis. Tobo at the line, can't convert the three-point play. Did have a big game earlier in the qualifiers though, had 13 points, 13 rebounds against Côte d'Ivoire. So certainly knows how to make a contribution. Ball comes back out. Kicked wide to the wing. Shot is short, but the long rebound favors Angola again. Domingos comes back to the top, and the Horns offense will be run through again. Doe. Three ball goes up, short once more. Dundao. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Dundao hits the third attempt in that phase of play. Tying the game at 15 apiece now. 90 seconds left in the first quarter. Agu, the man of the moment for Nigeria, trying to shape up. Has to pass it away though. Delamola. Agu wide open all the time in the world, but doesn't hit the three. Puts a little bit too much on it. 3-on-3 now for Angola. That one's short as well. Neither team really shooting the ball well at the moment. Dundao misses again. Out of bounds called on Dundao. Looked like he'd run back on the floor before he touched the ball. I think Coach Claros doesn't necessarily agree with the officials, but tells his bench not to call it out too much. .9 seconds left. Nigeria will take possession on the side, and to give you the context, there isn't a World Cup spot up for grabs. Cape Verde locked in the 5th and final World Cup spot just before the start of this game with their win. It was huge over Cote d'Ivoire. First time Cape Verde will ever be at the FIBA World Cup. What a historic moment for them, but for Nigeria that means heartbreak. Their chances have gone, but they are coming here with a point to prove against Angola. Angola have their spot locked in. They will be at the World Cup, and Nigeria just want to prove a point really to show that they deserve to be at basketball's top table. And down, drives straight into Delamola. Hits the ground real hard. It's like he ran into a brick wall. Bear in mind, he is just 1.67 meters, giving up a fair few centimeters and a fair few kg in that battle. 27 seconds, and Delamola already on to his third foul. That's going to send him to the bench. Coach O'Dowdu, really no option. Can't risk him picking up a fourth foul in the first quarter. I don't think we'll see him again this half, really. In his place comes Yakubu. It will be baseline ball for Angola. Just a few issues, I think, with the clock that we're sorting at the moment. Looks like they have been sorted, and we are good to go. Inbounded to Zhao. Tough baseline drive, going to draw the foul. I think that one is going to be on Anuhuha. That will send Domingos to the line for two shots as Nigeria in the penalty. Gets the first to rattle home. Just a 56% free throw shooter in these qualifiers, Domingos, but one of just four players that have played in every single qualifier for Angola. Domingos, Makonda, Doe, and Dundao are the four that are the ever-present names for Angola. Skip now, Yakubu comes up short. Doe rips down the rebound. Angola just starting to feel like they're taking a little bit of control of the game, and it's not the smartest foul really from, I think it was Anaye. 1.5 seconds left in the quarter and you give up that foul. That will send him to the free throw line, and you see Coach Adaudu's reaction, asking him to look at the clock, read the game. Instead, he's given away 2 free throws, and they're made to pay with the first. Dundao 77% from the free throw line across these qualifiers, averaging just shy of 13 points, 3 rebounds and 4 assists a game. Rebounding battle eventually comes off the fingertips of Otobo, and that might be the end of the action here for the first quarter. It is. And as expected, a pretty tight first quarter of action we have had. 10 minutes in the book, and it's Nigeria 15, Angola 18. Here are the shooting stats from the first quarter. Not 1 3-pointer made. Angola 8 attempts. But Angola leading the way on the back of some free throws and some higher efficiency interior play. Here are the statistics, the highlight plays from the first quarter. We expected this one to be a close one. We didn't expect either team to really dominate early on. End of the first quarter, it is super close as these teams look to fight it out. Nigeria trying to channel their disappointment from not making it to the World Cup to trying to cause a little bit of an upset here by turning over Angola on their home floor in their last qualifier. But the group is already decided here. Côte d'Ivoire will finish top of the table with 8-2. Angola 7-2 at the moment. Could move to 8-2 as well, but due to head-to-head, they'll stay in second. So they're the two that automatically qualified, and Cape Verde picked up that best third-place team in the Africa region to lock out the 5th and final spot from Group F. It's South Sudan and Egypt that will be heading to the World Cup. If you have your phones handy, scan that QR code and download the app Courtside 1891. If you love your international basketball live, then that is the app for you. Second quarter action underway here in Luanda, the final game of the World Cup qualifiers here in Africa. 5 spots already confirmed from the Africa region. Angola are on their way. Nigeria miss out this time. Just a disparity there. The shot clock says 19 and the game clock says just 1 second has gone in the quarter, so that's not possible. There we go. Game clock has now been taken down to where it needs to be. Down into the low post for Nigeria. The double teams drop down and they're all over him. Can he save it? He can. He manages to get it back to Otobo. Now into the hands of Anyua. Stolen away though. Out in transition, Angola. A little bit scrappy though. And Domingos has to save it by just throwing it off the Nigerian legs. Angola will go again. They got an 18-second shot clock to work with. Angola lead by 3. That's a poor pass. Just about saved by Dundao. As Nigeria now drop into a 2-3 zone. Long 3 ball goes up. Looked like it was going to go, but it doesn't. Nigeria just about rescue the defensive rebound with Yakubu working hard to take possession back. Odufua drives inside. Good ball movement from Nigeria, wide open. 3 ball is good. And Naye, the first of the game. And Teotonio Do will get called for the travelling violation. Was looking to make a pass, but came down with the ball instead. Chance now for Nigeria to push on a little, apply a little bit of pressure onto Angola. 2 changes here for Coach Claros, as Gonçalves and Monteiro come into the game. Out of the game comes Luis and Do. Much to the appreciation of the crowd. Wonderful crowd here in Luanda. They've provided plenty of noise across the 3 days that we've been here. Certainly a wonderful city. And do understand their basketball, and they do love their basketball too. Maybe none more so than the national team. I'm sure several of them are already looking at how they can get themselves over to Asia for the World Cup later this year. Remember, the World Cup will take place, multi-country tournament this time, with the group stages being hosted in the Philippines, Japan and Indonesia. The final stages in the Philippines, in Manila. Oh wow, that's just about speed, that play from Domingos. Didn't come to anything. Can Nigeria return the favour, going the other way? Not this time. Agu once again is the electric trigger. It really is making Nigeria's offense work at the moment. Comes back inside, tries to put Angola's defense just on the wrong foot, and Monteiro called for the foul. First of 2 is good for Ibe Ago. Gets the roll on the second as well, and Nigeria retake the lead. And down. It's not the best of passes from Domingos. Trying to find Gonçalves, but for me, for Angola there, their spacing was all wrong. They needed to be further spread. Those close passes are easy to defend. Gonçalves needed to be right down into the corner. That causes more problems. Stolen away, good hands by Domingos. Foul will be called as Jason Domingos ends up on the floor. Just taking a little breather before he gets back to his feet. That foul whistled on Johnson and Naye. Angola now bringing up over the half, and Nigeria still in that zone. Looks like almost a 1-3-1 zone now that they've dropped into. A bit more of a matchup zone potentially as well. How are Angola going to react? They're going to drive at it, kicking it out on the wing for the 3, off target. Big rebound by Odufua. Put up a 3 of their own. Odufua working the boards at both ends. Agu now looks to find the corner where Yakubu was, but it's deflected out of bounds by Angola. A little bit scrappy at the moment. Neither team really getting what they want offensively, but you do have to give credit for both teams' defensive performance. That really is having an impact. Catch and shoot in the corner. Odufua comes up a little bit short with that one. And Angola now just trying to find a rhythm against this zone defense that Nigeria is showing them. Domingos puts up the 3, and that is one way to attack a zone, but it's certainly not the only way, and I have a feeling that Angola need to find another way. That's off the foot of Anaye, and it will be a reset to 14 on the shot clock for Angola. Timeout's going to be called by Coach Claros. I think that's a wise move. It doesn't look like Angola really have a way of breaking that Nigerian zone down right now. And he needs to draw something out on the coach's board to help them break through. Let's jump into this Angolan huddle and listen to Coach Pep Claros.
Hay que jogar físico lá. Esta gente está jogando outro tipo de jogo. Vocês não estão jogando ao nível físico de este jogo. En ataque quedan 6 segundos. Quedan 6 segundos. 14. Vamos a jogar contra zona sempre. Estudantes, pase. Y sempre se busca, Antonio, recibir aquí no medio. Sempre aquí, aquí, no aquí. Aquí. Ataca, olha aquí, Bander. Aquí dentro, no aquí. Aquí dentro. A ver si recibe aquí. Él es cuando recibas te va a dar un soco. Te recibe para fundar. ¿Sí? Está mais físico que nós. Muito mais. Vamos, Eugênio, vamos.
The fans have been ever present across the 3-day qualifiers here in Luanda, providing a wonderful atmosphere. And they've certainly enjoyed seeing their national team secure their spot at the World Cup later this year. They would want to see it close out with the win as well. Nigeria determined to leave these qualifiers on a high. If they could win 3 from 3 in this final window, that really would be a big step up for them. That's a good finish. Under a lot of pressure, Jaon. Rocco now hands it inside to Wape. Foul is called. Tied at 20 apiece, 6:18 left in this first half. It's a bit stop and start right now. Neither team finding their rhythm. Neither team able to dictate the game. There's the pass inside. Foul called on Jasmine Domingos. He's not sure it was on him. It was. And now he puts it in now. Almost stolen away, although it has come off the leg of Agu, so it will be a sideline possession for Angola, a chance for them to re-establish their lead here. And down now, brings it up over the half, uses the big screen set by Monteiro. Domingos goes baseline, kicks it to the weak side wing. Rebound just about corralled by Yakubu. Anaye, good quick hands from behind by Down. He'd escaped his defensive tracker. Down so quick, reads the game so well. Inside now to Afuape. And the defense once again from Down is strong, and that's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul called on Michael Afuape. Compounding the error there, losing possession, but also just holding back the transition. Leaving the officials with no real option but to call the unsportsmanlike foul. Sends Domingos up the other end of the floor for free throws. Confirmation of that unsportsmanlike foul. Hits both the free throws. And Angola will get possession. Maybe this unsportsmanlike foul can trigger a little bit of dominance here for Angola. They certainly haven't shown it in this game as of yet, and they've shown it a lot across these qualifiers. They've made themselves dominant in many games. Up goes the 3-ball. A 5-point run for Angola and a 5-point lead. Now Nigeria just trying to use transition to break it, but it doesn't work. Gonzalez back the other way, inside. Oh, rejected but fouled. Coco's going to get called for the foul on that one. He can't believe it. Zhao going strong to the basket. Foul is called. Zhao will head to the line for 2 shots. Aspiration removal operative in full force there. As always here in Angola, Toy giving us the show. Nigeria now with a chance. Sorry, Angola now with a chance to extend their lead out to 7 points. Yakubu will head out of the game for Nigeria. It really is now down to coach Dowdu to decide how he can make the changes that he needs to, because Angola are just starting to take, if not wrestle, control away from Nigeria. This is the first, hits the second. So Angola's lead grows slightly, 6 points now. Nigeria looking to find a way to break through this Angolan defense. It's certainly tightened up, especially with this zone being played by Angola. They're working it well. It's those kind of situations that Nigeria need to build on, and that's a smart play. That's a great little backdoor cut by Ibe Agu. Just read where the space was, made the run at the right time. His teammate found him with a slick pass. 3-ball goes up again, and he's fouled. That's going to send Montero to the line for 3 free throws. Bad decision by Johnson Anaye. Montero just cleaning the sweat off his hands. Second foul on Anaye. That's going to send him to the bench. A little bit of foul trouble for Nigeria. A couple of players picking up early fouls here in the first half. Montero, though, will want to make them pay now. This is a real opportunity for Angola to make that break, to try and get clean away from Nigeria. Makonda just having a quick chat with Coach Claros. Montero, first free throws of the game for him. 2 from 2. He's not the best free throw shooter either, just 56% across these qualifiers. Goes 3 out of 3 though. Exactly what his team needed him to do, and now it's a 7-point lead for Angola. Smart defense here from Angola, putting pressure on the ball where they think it's necessary, on the threats, helping back off the players they don't necessarily see as that offensive threat. Pass into the low post, but they'll have to come back out. That one was just too low. Valenta, little jab step, baseline drive, went for the finish. Pings the dunk off the rim though. Agu fouled as he looks to drive along the baseline. Montero is going to get whistled for that one, I think. Nigeria in the penalty. Angola not, so that foul won't be sending Agu to the line for shots just yet. Yeah, just the first step, and Montero just trying to play defense with his hands rather than trying to recover with his footwork. Weak side corner, wide open. 3 ball goes up and he's good. This time, Anua with the 3, his first points of the game. Makonda draws the foul. This time, Fuape gets called for that foul. That will see Makonda to the free throw line. Still 3.5 minutes left in this first half. It's been a really stop-start first half of basketball here in Luanda. Neither team finding any flow, really. They're having moments where things are going their way. Quickly, the other team lock them out, make adjustments that make it harder. Low-scoring game, to say the least. This is both from the free throw line, but Valenta grabs the rebound. Goes straight to the bucket, but gets it rejected. Agu inside, draws the foul. Makonda called for that one. That will push Angola into the penalty. Not that it really matters, because it absolutely was a shot attempt from Agu. So he'll head to the free throw line now. Feels more like a fourth quarter in a close game than a second quarter. Both teams multiple trips to the free throw line here in the first half. Just Makonda's first foul though, so no real stress for Coach Claros. The same can't be said for his counterpart at the other end of the floor. Coach Adaudu has to deal with several players picking up at least 2 fouls, if not more. Agu misses the first of his 2 free throws. Hits the second. Doe now at the top, hands it away. Spacing from Angola still isn't great, and really crowding areas of the court at times. And Nigeria make them pay because they get out and run, put a little bit of tempo to create that opportunity for Alatunji. He certainly knows how to score the ball out in the fast break. Domingos puts the 3 up. It's not there. Another rebound for Nigeria. Oh, that's almost a perfect pass. Will it be saved? It will. Nigeria will settle down and go again. Agu, weak side corner. Back to the top. A little flat on that attempt. Neither team taking this game on just now. Nigeria starting to find a little bit of momentum though, building from this zone defense that they're dropping into. Horn's offense for Angola. Teardrop with the left hand. No good, they'll have to come back out again. They do get plenty of second chance opportunities, Angola. They crash those offensive boards harder than pretty much any other team in this competition. Domingos nails the 3. And that's what Angola need. They need to find some consistency from outside, because that's going to draw Nigeria away from the paint. And the moment Nigeria are feeling like they can collapse on the paint because Angola aren't making them pay from range, if that changes and Nigeria are forced to chase out the shooters. Oh, hustle by Doe, but can only knock it all the way down the floor. Valenta just didn't quite have the legs to get there. Doe back up on his feet though. Timeout's been called here in Luanda. 1 minute 30 left in this first half. We're going to jump into the huddles, hear what the respective coaches have to say as Angola lead this one by 4.
Very easy on them. Muito fácil para eles. Eles somente dicen, vamos a jugar físico, vamos a jugar muito duro, vamos a deixar que lancen, que vocês lancen, y vamos a controlar resalto. En ataque, atacáis y acabáis penetrações. Nós solo acabamos lanzamiento de fora, eles acaban con layups, penetrações. They finish with layups. 6 deixan facer rellocs. La diferencia es muy grande en términos de intensidades. No a trocos, no a troques que ya trocaste 2 veces.
Vamos a puxar esto, mano. Vamos a puxar esto. Vamos a puxar esto.
100% intensity from Coach Claros, as always. Doesn't know how to coach any other way, I don't think. He certainly has buy-in from this Angolan team right now, especially as they are on their way to the World Cup later this year. They want to end on a high in front of their home fans. 90 seconds left in this first half. They lead by 4. It's not been the prettiest of games so far for either team. But with that in mind, it is balanced. It is still there for the taking for both teams. Agu brings it up over the half, kicks it to the corner. Shot clock violation for Nigeria. So turnover, and Angola will go again. Makonda goes back to Do. Nigeria still in his zone defense. Slides through, and that's a good roll to the basket from, I think it was Valenta. I don't think it was Do, to get the score. And this is what Angola need. They need to push on now. They need to create that separation. The longer Nigeria stay around them. Oh, big rejection. Tough play. Do, clear the runway. There's the two-hander out in transition. That's what the crowd want to see. Eight-point lead now. Can they get it to double digits? That jam gives Valenta 4 points. Pass inside. 2 shots as Antonio Do will be called for the foul. 28.5 seconds left in the first half. Nigeria back to the free throw line again. That's Do's first foul. First is good for Chimbo. Nigeria just want to stay in striking distance really at this stage. If they can be within single digits into the fourth quarter, they know they've got a chance of getting a big win, completing 3 from 3 wins here in this final qualification window, really giving themselves some momentum to move forward to their next competitions with. Makonda, poor pass into the corner, had to step round the defense, but didn't quite wrap himself around far enough. That gives a little over 10 seconds for Nigeria to work with. Agu's going to be chased on the full court just to try and take some of the clock off it for Angola. That one's kicked out. Jambo's not going to get it away, and that will be the end of the first half here in Luanda. Coach Adaudu not happy that his team didn't identify where the clock was, but at the half, it's Nigeria 29, Angola 36. Certainly not a classic first 20 minutes. Here are your stats from that first half. A battling 20 minutes from 2 teams with very different motivations. Nigeria trying to build some momentum. Angola, as they are an absolute phenomenal rebounding team. Second half action underway here in Luanda. Angola have a 7-point lead at the half, but the clock, once again, we have a little issue with the game clock. 6 seconds had gone off the shot clock and only 2 had gone off the game clock, so we just need to sync those up and then we're back good to go. a little technical issue. I think we have resolved now. We do indeed. So we're back underway. Angola with that 7-point lead going into this second half. Nigeria straight back into their 2-3 zone. You keep playing it until Angola work out how to break it. They haven't so far, but that's an early sign that maybe they will. I'm sure Coach Pep Claros has spent plenty of time in the locker room at the half working through how they're going to go about breaking zone defense. Agu now, baseline drive. Nice pass this time, but the triple team comes across, and to say you're in amongst the trees, I think is a bit of an understatement there. As we see, they hit the floor pretty hard, but the turnover's been called. Coach Adaudu's not happy, but officials awarded possession to Angola. I think it might be a 3-second violation, to be honest. Let's see what the officials did call. Angola now with possession, looking to extend their lead out to double digits here. 3 ball goes up, not good. Rebound pulled down pretty easily by Olatunji. Afuwape goes in, gets the score. It's on the floor though. Shot will be waved away, no points there. Claros with the intensity again. That will send Michael Afuwape. In fact, it won't. It was on the floor, wasn't it? So it'll be just possession for Nigeria. Afuwape now drives inside, draws the foul again. That will send him to the free throw line this time, and will draw the second foul of the quarter on Angola. This time Makonda called for the foul. Only a little over a minute into the third quarter. Angola already with 2 fouls. Makonda picking up his second personal foul as well. And you have to like the way that Afuwape has approached his second half so far. Direct, aggressive. Trying to cause Angola issues rather than just taking what they give him. Encroaching. Yeah, I think they're in the lane too early. That's why that one was waved away. So Angola with another chance again to open out that double-digit lead. Nigeria's zone defense holding out once more. Starts to fracture a little though, but Angola look lost with this zone defense. They just don't know how to break it. Agu, baseline drive, layup off the glass, another 2 for him. Nigeria trying to play pace, whilst Angola struggle to break the zone. 3 ball goes up, Montero, no good. Oh, that is a high-flying rebound. This time from Luis. Off the glass, foul's called. Trip to the free throw line for Angola. First foul of the third quarter for Nigeria. Yeah, just a quick spin move really put Nigeria on the back foot there. Not sure that's the way to break the zone though myself. Rather try and set screens to split the zone open and drive through, or cut through, or overload the zone onto one side. At the moment they're playing pretty balanced offense and just trying to back their way to the basket. It's playing into the strength of the zone, if you ask me. Rebound eventually pulled down by Nigeria. Afuwape again doing everything here in the first 2 minutes of this second half. Coco looks for the backdoor pass, but it's, I think, off the foot of Luis. Angola's lead trimmed back to 7. Stolen away by Angola. 2-on-1 break now. Foul will be called on Coco. It's on the floor though, so baseline ball from Makonda to inbound for Angola. Foul will be called, as I think it's Agu looking to get through or over the screen, and is just a little bit too physical with it. Just his first foul though, so no real worries for him, for Coach Adaudu. Foul situation though, 3 fouls for Nigeria already. We're only a little over 2 minutes in. Plenty more free throws coming our way. Skip to the weak side to Valenta. He's going to drive the baseline, goes for the reverse again. Shot clock violation called. Good defense by Nigeria. They hold tight in that possession. Angola really are struggling to break that Nigerian zone defense. Agu now. Good ball movement here by Nigeria. 3 ball goes up. Not the prettiest of forms from the wing. Angola, this is the way you can break a zone. Put a little bit of energy behind it, and the zone doesn't have time to recover. Foul's going to be called as Fernandes looks to drive to the basket and has his road blocked illegally. Chimbu called for his first foul. 4th foul of the quarter though for Nigeria, so that's them in the penalty. And that will see Angola head to the line quite a few times over the next 7 minutes. That's pretty a certain aspect. Valenta didn't need to hand that off. He'd done the hard work to create the lane to drive down. Should have just gone strong. 2-footed explosion to the basket. Best case for Angola is that they would have been able to foul him, but he kind of let him off the hook a little bit there by passing away. I think Coach Claros is of a similar mind. He's going to look to make some rotations shortly. Drive inside for Nigeria, ends at a red brick wall. That long pass is too long from Angola. Makonda is going to come out of the game, I think. Yeah, into the game comes Gonçalves. See if he has a little more success, and what you get with Gonçalves is a bit more of a scorer rather than just a pure facilitator. Makonda is there to make others look good. Gonçalves is a bit more about getting his own. Foul's going to be called though, I think, on Gonçalves. A little bit of sweat on the ball that they want cleaning off. 6:21 left in this 3rd quarter. Another low-scoring quarter. Plenty of fouls so far. Nigeria in the penalty. Angola 2 fouls. Drive inside. There's Angola's 3rd foul of the quarter. Very scrappy game from both of these teams. Quite symptomatic of a game where it's a bit awkward, as Angola already know they're going to the World Cup, so their motivation is more individualistic. They're trying as individual players to lock in their shirt, their jersey, to be one of the 12 Angolan players that head to the World Cup. As for Nigeria, they know they can't make it to the World Cup. That was taken away from them earlier today when Cape Verde beat Cote d'Ivoire. Cape Verde locking in that last qualification spot. So for Nigeria now, it's very different. It's about them building a bit of rhythm, a bit of momentum and confidence to take forward to their AfroBasket qualifiers, which will start later in the year. Potentially even into a pre-Olympic qualifying tournament, but the details of that are to be confirmed shortly. 6-point lead for Angola now. And the crowd are expecting more. You can feel that almost nervous anticipation and desire for Angola to start putting on a bit of a show. Nigeria aren't going to let them do that. Gonçalves now trying to find some space. Has to put it up. Doesn't even get the eye. Nigeria's defense absolutely relentless. Other way, high off the glass, and that one's pinned. But it will be goaltending. Basket interference, so the 2 points are good for Nigeria, and they bring themselves back to within 6. Sorry, back within 4. Nigeria really closing this gap now, and the zone defense certainly helps. But the 3-ball from Angola is the magic pill that will make this zone defense go away. They can start hitting the 3 as Monteiro takes himself to 9 points, 2 from 3 from outside. If Angola can start spreading that floor a little, hitting the 3, and then Nigeria will be forced to swap up their defense, which will create more space inside. There's the foul call on the last play. Both teams in the penalty, I think. So that will send Nigeria to the free throw line as well. Agu misses the first of his 2. He's a good free throw shooter. One of the best on the Nigerian team. So that is a rarity, a bit of a collector's item, that one. Oh my goodness, and 2 in a row. Really is rare. There's the pass inside, and Angola continue to try and get the ball inside, and another whistle, another foul, and another trip to the free throw line. One record we might be on for is the longest ever FIBA game. We've had a lot of fouls and stoppages in play in this one. Neither team getting their rhythm on either end, really. Neither team playing their best offense or defense. And the first of 2 is missed as coach Pep Claros looks on. And he's slightly frustrated that his team aren't closing this game out. Qualifiers misses the first of his 2. Does get the second to go, though. Agu now on the wing. Fakes the jumper, goes inside, but Angola have clearly identified Agu as the biggest threat. And the defense really does collapse on him now when he makes a move. Sideline possession for Nigeria. Ball into the low post, but that one's straight out of bounds. Duamola cannot hold on to that. Pass wasn't quite crisp enough from Chimbo. As coach O'Dowdu looks on, slightly frustrated. His team have put so much into this final qualification window. At the beginning of the day, they had a chance, a potential, an opportunity still available to make it to the World Cup. That is no longer the case as Cape Verde took that final spot for themselves. Angola now really spreading the floor. Not doing much more with it than that. The 3-ball goes up from Gonçalves and he rattles it home. That is way downtown from Jason Gonçalves. And it's that kind of perimeter shooting that will change the game for Angola. They now have that double-digit lead, 45-34, stolen away, out of the races, and there's the big right hand, Qualifiers. The fans are loving this. Timeout called by Coach Adodu for Nigeria as Angola start to run rampant here in Luanda. Little over 4 minutes to play. Nigeria 34, Angola 47. Let's jump into this Nigerian timeout and hear how they're gonna switch the script.
You know why? Seconds when they go down, now why you take that? Hey, guys, calm down. There's no crisis yet. What's the score? 13 points. There's no crisis. But we are the ones who are getting out of our rhythm. The pressure is getting to us, so we're not doing the things we're supposed to do anymore. Okay? Stick to the play. Stick to what has been working for us for the past 2 quarters. Not anything different. We go back inside now and go back to the man of man. Okay? Let's pick up man on man for the rest of this quarter and see what happens. So everybody pick your man, okay? Let's go. Come on, boys. We good.
Pretty straightforward message from the Nigerian bench. This isn't panic time. This is about us having to go back to playing basketball the way we play basketball, not getting dragged into the Angolan style of play. Under 4 minutes left in this third quarter now, and Angola are certainly starting to feel things. Oh, and there's the poster. Look at the disrespect from Gonzalez. Just stares down at Tobo. Welcome back. Apologies for the technical glitch that interrupted our coverage. There are 42.6 seconds left in this third quarter, and Angola have absolutely opened up a lead here in Luanda. Done a phenomenal job in this third quarter to really open the game wide apart. They now lead 36-53, but João called for that unsportsmanlike foul. Just opens the door slightly for Nigeria to try and fight their way back into this one. And this is the first of those 2 free throws. And Nigeria will take possession off the back of that unsportsmanlike foul and try and create something here in the final minute of this third quarter. And it has been a tough quarter for Nigeria, no two ways about that. Angola clearly worked hard. Offensive foul will be called on Atobo for the moving screen. Francisco just running into it, knocked to the floor. Nigeria just shooting 43% from the free throw line. There's the moving screen from Atobo. Yeah, just took a little side step to the left. As Francisco was just trying to go around it. Atobo's first foul. As we see Teotonio Do head to the bench for Angola, the warrior that he is, and Valenta comes in to take his place. Strong drive to the basket, swatted away, but the foul is already called on Yakubu. That will send Angola to the free throw line again. Yeah, easy call for the officials as Abdulwahab Yakubu just a little late with the help. The first is good for Gonçalves. And the second. About a 6-second differential between the third quarter clock and the shot clock. So Angola are likely to get another possession. Nice backdoor cut by Agu, and there's a two-handed throwdown. And Angola's defense was just lured in and fell asleep a little away from the ball, and Agu made them pay to the full extent. Still a 17-point lead. Gonçalves trying to create some space, kicks it to the wing. Angola lead by 17. 10 minutes still on the clock. Angola now close to leaving the qualifiers on a high in front of their home crowd. Here are some of the top plays from that third quarter. Many of them from the men in red. After the first few minutes of the quarter where they continue to struggle against Nigeria's zone defense, Angola found a way. They hit a couple of threes and really just unlocked the game. Nigeria have won their first 2 games in this qualification window. They can't make it to the World Cup after a poor first couple of qualifiers in this second round. But they've done a phenomenal job in this final qualification window. Too little too late though for them. But they'd love to close it out with a win here in Angola against Angola. And that does look like a big ask now for Nigeria. Can a coach Adodu pull a little rabbit out of the hat and some magic here in the final 10 minutes? He's going to need to. His team trail heavily here at the end of the third. There's the court side 1891 QR code. If you Want to scan that? That will take you to the download of that app. Access to loads of live basketball from around the world. Fourth quarter action underway here in Luanda. Agu gets the roll. He has been one of the real sparks for Nigeria today, consistent throughout the game, leading them in scoring and leading them across the board for much of today's game. Cuts Angola's lead to 15. But Angola now know that really clock management is a big part of what they need to do in this final quarter. A low-scoring game and you lead by 15. Valenta skips it. 3 ball goes up. That's way off target though, and an easy rebound for Agu. He's going to go coast to coast but lose the handle and turn it over. He's back on his feet though, ready to go again. It will be a baseline ball for Angola. Coach Claros has done the job that he was brought in to do. Came across after coaching Bahrain at the Asia Cup last summer. Now it looks like he will be taking Angola and leading them in the World Cup later this year. Ball outbounded to Anaye. Kicks it to the wing. 3 ball goes up. That one's too heavy. It's a good rebound though by Atobo. Back out to Anaye. Tries to skip his way through, but Angolan's defense is so tough. Clear the runway. He has to come back though. Pass inside. Valenta will get the score. And Nigeria, their efforts are starting to fade somewhat. Fatigue starts to kick in. Remember, this is the 3rd game in 3 days for these players. They're putting a lot through their bodies for their countries. Atobo pulls down the offensive rebound and draws the foul. That one on Domingos, I think. Yeah, Jason Domingos called for the foul. First foul of the quarter. Baseline ball for Nigeria. 8.5 minutes left on the game clock. Coco hands it back now to Anaye. Anaye for 3. High arcing, but off target. Quick first step inside, gets the score. That was all about the first step from Damamola. Doe for 3! Teotonio Doe! That's what he's talking about. That gets a crowd on their feet. Stolen away, Angola to go again behind the back. There's the break, there's the loop, there's the jam. Valenta raising the roof here in Luanda. Oh, and the triple team is quick to come down to the baseline and absolutely flatten Yakubu. Look at Doe trying to get the crowd hyped. They've been there all weekend for this Angolan team. Yakubu will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Angola's lead is at 20 now. Look at the hustle from the Angolan team though. They might be leading by 20, but they put it all in right now. Teotonio Doe, as always, putting it all there for Angola. One of those players as a national team coach you have to love. He gives absolutely everything. He embodies the national spirit when he puts on that jersey. And the fans love him for it. Second no good. Rebound goes long to Valenta. Nigeria still in their zone defense. Gonçalves, crossover, skips through. Has to kick it to the corner to Domingos. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Foul's going to be called. That's an offensive foul is the whistle. Seven minutes to play, a 20-point lead for Angola. It's a big ask for Nigeria now. Fatigue will play its part for both teams at this stage of the game. Game 3 in 3 days. So a 20-point deficit in a low-scoring game is a lot to ask Nigeria to break back in through, but they will give it everything they've got. Another rebound for Doe off that missed three from Nigeria. And that seems to be the plan. Can they get back into the game from the 3-ball? Makonda back to Gonçalves. Skips through. Corner. Good ball movement here by Angola, but they spill possession. Out at the races, the pass is too heavy. It can only be batted out of bounds by Yakubu, and that is absolutely down to tired limbs and tired minds. Those kind of mistakes weren't happening yesterday or the day before, and coach Adaudu knows his team might not have much left to give. Might need to make some rotations, bring some fresh legs on the floor. Baseline drive, kicks it out. Gonçalves is open for 3. Makonda now inside, has to throw a tough shot off the glass. Rebound pulled down by Coco. What's the call? Antonio Doe there. Almost looked like the Undertaker back in the day as he sat up after being knocked to the floor. Those of you into your retro wrestling. Yeah, he did. Absolutely. Offensive foul called, though. So Angola then forcing another turnover for Nigeria. Valenta comes back to the bench. Nigeria also making some changes as well. Both coaches look to try and give some minutes. Save some legs as well. Injuries obviously can be a concern when you're tired. Doe with the long 3, no good. Where's it going to end up? Eventually ends up in the hands of Nigeria. That is a great outlet pass. Oh, but the poor finish, but the foul will be called. Oh, that's good for an unsportsmanlike foul, Nigeria. I need to see the replay myself. And there's a little pump fake. Doe's going to get called for that foul, I think. Agu hits the first of his 2. What a night he's had, but it's not going to be enough. By the looks of it for Nigeria, they really are going to have to light up the final 5 minutes and 32 if they're to come away with this one. A little bit of time management from Angola now, and they should lock this win out. Nigeria would have to do something pretty impressive. As I say, it's not possible, though. They certainly have the firepower to do it, and they know how to play defense. That's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul. That's not the brightest move from Angola. This time Kokila having it stolen away and then just holding the other player back. It's an automatic unsportsmanlike foul. That will frustrate Coach Claros. It's a really easy call for the officials here. Yeah, no play at the ball at all, no attempt whatsoever behind the play, and just pulls on the waist. I think that might be Kokila out of the game. Potentially, yeah, second unsportsmanlike foul or a technical from earlier in the game, and that will send him back to the locker room. In fact, it's not, it's Luis by the looks of it. Oh no, it's a blood situation that we have for Luis. That just needs clearing up before the game can continue, understandably so. Either way, Nigeria now at the free throw line. Mago hits the first of his two as he continues to impress. And the second is good. Angola's lead now trimmed to 16. From Nigeria's perspective, trips to the free throw line are absolute gold dust. It's what they want. Points on the board while the clock isn't moving. When you trail by this much is exactly the kind of thing that can get you back in. Dalamola misses the shot attempt but draws the foul. So again, another opportunity here for Nigeria to continue to keep the scoreboard ticking over. This time Doe called for the foul. He'll head to the bench. Back in comes Montero. First is good for Dalamola. Second no good though. And Angola will look to put a little bit of energy behind it so they can see if they can get ahead of the zone defense. They can't this time. The zone is established by the time they get the ball there. Poor pass stolen away. Agu now again. He's going to draw the foul from behind, and that's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul again. This time on Coco. This time on Francisco. Two more shots for Nigeria and possession. We will head back to the free throw line. And the door is still open here for Nigeria. We are going to have an official review of the foul. See if it is an unsportsmanlike foul or whether it should be downgraded. Fans in the background making sure they get on camera. Hope you've enjoyed the game. Hope you've enjoyed the days of action here in Luanda, in your city. We've provided wonderful host to the final qualification window. There's the steal. Here comes the foul. Trips into him. Will it be downgraded or not? The foul is from behind, but it was purely accidental. Coach Claros is calling for a review of that. That's why the officials have gone to the game tape. This is the replay the officials are watching right now to make their judgment, as we see Agu sliding off the baseline. Almost ended up in downtown Luanda. I understand he quickly jumped in a taxi and got his way back to the arena. He's going to be back for his free throws. It will just be a regulation foul, so they've downgraded that one from an unsportsmanlike foul. So Coach Claros right to appeal and to challenge the call. Each of the coaches get one challenge a game where they would like the officials to review the call. That's what Coach Claros has used there. Has no more challenges left in this game. Agu at the line for 2 shots, hits another. Doesn't get the second a go, but the long rebound falls kindly to Coco. And Naye for 3, no good. 13-point lead for Angola. A little over 4.5 minutes to play, and all of these fouls from Angola has really helped Nigeria get back into this one. As I say, scoring points while the clock isn't ticking is a prime way to get back in from a big deficit. Nice little handle inside. Oh, behind the back from Makonda, but the defense read it well and got in the lane. Nalambra. Mola gets a score. And unsurprisingly, the crowd are a little quiet here now in Luanda. After a dominant third quarter, Angola have not just left the door open, it feels like they've kicked the door open and sent them a special invite. However, Gonzalez doing what he can. Just drives through a slightly lackluster Nigerian defense to get his score. Agu fouled again. He'll go back to the free throw line again. That foul once again on Sesko, and coach Adaudu knows that his team still have a chance. 3.5 minutes left in the game clock. We're going to see Kukila come out of the game. Back into the action comes Fernandes. And Agu misses the first of his 2 free throws. It must be tough for the Nigerian team. They must have watched the game before this and see Cape Verde take what could have been their place at the World Cup and celebrate on this court. And then they've had to come back out and perform, and you have to give them credit. Nigeria truly have. They've been able to put that disappointment to one side and come out and challenge one of the best teams in Africa. They've pushed Angola all the way, and they could still come out with the win here, Nigeria. That will be Angola ball on the baseline, though, and Angola will get a fresh 14 seconds to work with. Stolen away. Agu now gives it up. Oh, missing a layup. That is absolutely schoolboy from Afuwape. I'm not sure we will see Ibe Agu give up the score in the future after that. Shot goes up from downtown off the glass, clangs off the perspex. Nigeria pick up the rebound. Stolen away though. Angola put the double team on ball pressure. Nice passing. Montero, no good. And Angola bring it, and Nigeria bring it back the other way. Agu steps out, long 2, string music for Agu again. My goodness me, how big a performance is he having here today? Without shadow of a doubt, his best performance in the qualifiers. Believe it or not, he's only been averaging 12 minutes a game, scoring less than 3 points a game, and he has 26 points today. Nice play by Afuwape. Makes up a little for the mistake previously, and in the blink of an eye, under 2 minutes left on the game clock, and it's a 10-point ball game. Sorry, an 8-point ball game. Angola, their scoring has completely dried up right now, and Nigeria are just chipping away at that lead. Coach Claros has to talk it over, has to get his team restarted. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Y no te hemos ganado porque esta gente va a luchar. Esta gente va a luchar. ¿Cómo dejas? Porque ha fallado. Dejas penetrar, que no es importante. ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? Entras frío, no a triple. Se joga, se busca interior, se joga dentro fora. Vamos. Joga cross 5, cross 5. Vamos, cuidado da bola. Angola, forza,
Clearly, Coach Claros just asking his team to re-engage with the game. Kind of turned off a little early. Put the whole thing onto cruise control way too early. Tried to run the clock down. Turn their offensive taps off. And with that, Nigeria have just battled their way back in. You have to have utmost respect for Nigeria and what they've done today. It would have been easy for them just to really post this one in, but they haven't. They've come and given us a real game. Foul will be called, though, on Afuwape. Nigeria only one foul, though, this quarter. Afuwape will come out of the game on that foul. That's his fifth. That's the end of his contribution to these qualifiers. Domingos hands it over. Nigeria come the other way. Almost thrown away by Ibe Agu. Dalamola now. Crossover inside. Good hand by Domingos though. Here comes Valenta. He's fouled hard by Anaye. And Valenta will go to the line for free throws, as Angola may take a step closer to the win here today. And remember, this would be win number 8. This would leave them with an 8-2 record, leaving these qualifiers heading to the World Cup later this year. They'll certainly be leaving on a high in front of their home crowd here in Luanda. First is missed, though, by Valenta. And Naye with that foul. Every Nigerian player that's stepped on the floor, though, has given absolutely everything they've got today. That's what's kept them in this game. Angola looks good in the third quarter, but Nigeria have just kept chipping away in the fourth. That's put them in striking distance. Timeout called here, 1:16 left on the game clock. Coach O'Dowdu would love to push on for this win. Let's jump into that Nigerian huddle.
You're on the ball side. You are taking the ball. Ibe, you are inbounding the ball. Okay? Ibe inbound the ball. Johnson is on top. Johnson, Coco. Okay? Jordan, you are in the corner here. Igbo, you are in the other corner here. Johnson, when you pass, when you rub off here, go all the way out here. We are going to special situation. We want to take a quick shot and then hustle back on defense. We don't want to take shots. So Ibe, make sure you get the ball at the same time. Ibe, you are rubbing off him immediately and attacking. That does not happen. See, Jordan is going to be in the corner here. Johnson is here.
Pasas medio campo para jugar en carrera estudiantes. Mas todo el mundo mexe bola. No comiences a driblar. No comiences a driblar. Angola, forza!
Both coaches keen for their teams to take this all the way and put it all in for the next minute and 16. Neither coach taking their foot off the gas, rotating through, putting a strong 5 to the floor. Nigeria will want to push this on. They've advanced the possession. They're willing to lose 10 seconds off their shot clock, but they need to score in a hurry, so they won't need the full 24, that's for sure. Agu to inbound the ball. Almost thrown away. Agu will scoop up the loose ball, though. Shot clock down to 8. Baseline drive. That's gone out of bounds. Is it off an Angolan arm, though? I think it is. So it'll still be Nigerian ball on the baseline. And Claros looking over the game. Good move to the basket. Great defense, though. Angola now will look to run this clock down as far as they possibly can. They lead by 9, but stolen away. Agu. That's a kick violation, though. Kickball by Ibe Agu. He has done a lot today. It's not going to be enough, though. It doesn't feel like it is. 51.8 seconds to go. There's the steal, but there's the kick. That turns it back to an Angolan ball. 50 seconds left. 10 on the shot clock for Angola. Gonçalves now goes to the corner to Domingos. He's going to put up a prayer in the corner. Agu with the rebound. Tries to advance it quickly. Free ball goes up. It's good. That's a big shot by Yakubu. 32 seconds left. A 6-point lead now for Angola. Can Nigeria do the impossible? Foul's going to be called, though, on Yakubu. Nigeria with fouls to give. Sideline possession for Angola. 17.9 seconds remaining. Angola with that 6-point lead. Yakubu picks up his second foul. Ball inbounded. Another foul's called straight away. That was well before the shot, though. The Angola fans on their feet. Coach Claros not happy as he calls Yosan Domingos across to him. The crowd are certainly enjoying themselves. They provided a wonderful atmosphere all weekend, and they want to see this one out in style. Gonçalves short with the first of his two. Back at the line for the second. Under 15 seconds to play. This one will make it a 3-possession game. This is a big shot. Doesn't get the roll. Big rebound ripped down by Coco. Shot goes up. There was plenty of time to work with. I'm not sure that was the smartest play by Nigeria, but that will see the game out. And what a game we've had. Certainly not a picture-perfect classic, but a real battle between two teams who really wanted it. Final score here in Luanda, Nigeria 59, Angola 65. Team shaking hand on the half. And what has been a real battle between these two teams. As I say, certainly not a classic, not one for the basketball purists, but a game where 24 players went toe-to-toe for a full 40 minutes. Neither team backing down, neither coach backing down. A real physical battle here in Luanda to close out these African qualifiers. That is it. The World Cup is the next stop for Angolan basketball. You see the fans celebrating. They've enjoyed this 3-day festival of basketball here in Luanda, and they've enjoyed it even more because they know that their team are on the way to the World Cup in Asia later this year. They're one of 5 Asian teams that are on their way to the World Cup later this year. They will be joining Côte d'Ivoire, Cape Verde, South Sudan and Egypt, representing Africa at basketball's biggest show. They have a right to celebrate. They really do. And they will celebrate and party here in Luanda tonight. On the World Cup logo, they better get very familiar with it because they will be seeing it a lot in a few months' time when they land in either the Philippines, Japan, or Indonesia, 3 host countries for this year's World Cup. The whole team are in on this now. They got shapes all over their support staff as well. And the party is just getting started here in Luanda. And absolutely everyone involved with this party. Definitely a phenomenal city for the party, and we see Teotonio Doe with the big elbow coming flying in. There's the knockout blow from Doe. What wonderful scenes here in Luanda. Both teams thoroughly put a show on for us, a tough fight. Neither team shooting the ball well from outside. It was a game that was fought at the free throw line. Neither team shooting the ball particularly well from the free throw line either. A real battle of attrition between these two. Angola won the rebounding battle. That was huge, and always is for Angola. That is a big key to the puzzle for Angola and helps them get to their wins. Leading scorer, Agu, 26 points. What a night for him. Kokila leading the way for Angola with 10. A real team effort for the Angolan roster. Here are some of the best plays of that second half of action, and the third quarter was really owned by Angola. They struggled to start with because Nigeria's zone defense at times seemed impenetrable to Angola, but eventually they found a way through, and once they had, they were able to open up a pretty considerable lead to take into the final quarter of action. And I think many, including the Angolan team, thought maybe that was going to be enough and that the game had been already decided in the third quarter. I think there were certain people who didn't believe that, and they were wearing the white and green of Nigeria. They battled hard in that fourth quarter to get their way back into the game. Nigeria almost did it. They got so close. They got within touching distance of Angola in the closing couple of minutes. And Angola kept their nerve and come away with the win. They moved to an 8-2 record, Angola. That will give them a bit of confidence going into the World Cup later this year. As for Nigeria, their focus now shifts. They won't be at the World Cup. They will now have to lock in on potentially a pre-Olympic qualifying tournament that will take place in August, or thinking further ahead than that, they will have to think about Afrobasket qualification, which will start later this year. But for now, it's a party here in Luanda, and the party is around Angola securing their place at the World Cup later this year. There's the party. It will go on long into the night. The players have worked hard over the last 3 days. They have deserved some celebrations. And then tomorrow, the preparation starts. It is time for them to start building towards that World Cup. The dancing will stop, and they will get back into the gym. They will get back into the practice gym, into the weight room. And that Coach Claros and his team of coaches will start working towards building their roster as well. That will be the next step. Which 12 players will be on the plane to Asia later this year for Angola. As we see Teotonio Doe putting the big elbow in there to kill the celebrations off, all on top of the wonderful, beautiful World Cup logo. But that's all we have here for you in Luanda. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a phenomenal day of basketball to close out these qualifiers. That's your final group here in Group A. Côte d'Ivoire, Angola and Cape Verde will be on their way to the World Cup later this year. Nigeria, Guinea, Uganda. This is the end of their World Cup dreams for this year. What a game we've had. Here's your road to the World Cup. Just 2 spots left in Europe. Georgia secured their spot earlier today. 5 spots to be decided later today in the Americas. Africa and Asia, they're all locked in. They're ready to go. Japan and the Philippines as hosts are ready and waiting to receive all of these wonderful visitors.